It's 2022 and the all-new Adidas Predators have finally hit the market with some much-needed improvements and an all-new extremely interesting change on the latex. So let's dive right into this review. And as a special present to you, my subscribers, we are going to be reviewing and comparing the most popular models, the Predator Pro URG 2.0 model and its high-end hybrid roll URG 1.0. So let's dive right into this review. And you know I just had to get both gloves in the URG 1.0 model and the URG 2.0. Luckily, we were able to get both models in separate cuts and knocked two birds out with one stone, also saved my wallet a little bit. First up, let's look at the Predator Pros, which come with a URG 2.0 palm and a negative cut. And if you can't tell why, the stitching on the side of the fingers is an easy identifier since negative cut gloves have the stitching done on the inside. You will typically see these gussets across the outside of the glove. And on the backhand, it is made up of a new rubber material that is much thicker and creates a much stronger support structure to the glove when making a fist as well. Personally, I think this is a great addition of weight and stopping power to the backhand to give a bit more protection and power when dealing with those nastier shots. And of course, Adidas has not changed their mind on the strapless trend, but to their credit, it is becoming less and less of a problem and more of an interesting feature. This fit is not half bad, and I love how far down the gloves go down the wrist, not to mention the biggest improvement of all time when it comes to these gloves, a fully wrapped thumb. This by itself improves the quality of these Predators a million times more than their earlier brothers that didn't get that love and didn't have this wrapped thumb. And you can see just how easy the holes are coming in. Wrapping the thumb is just so essential for the gloves. It's crazy it took Adidas so long to do this, but hey, we're finally here. There's also an extra padded area a little lower than the punching platform, and the palm is slightly wrapped around the outside with a durability zone meant to eat the friction up when you slide the gloves across the ground. It's a real collection of features that Adidas has specifically honed and improved over several iterations. And before we go any further on the review, it's time we test out these new URG 1.0 and 2.0 latexes. So let's get right in there and see what the big differences are and what the new updates are.
Alright, so I'm a bit shocked right now with the URG 1.0. I just took the plastic off the latex. It should be insanely sticky. URG 1.0 is the stickiest latex I've ever used, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't stick. Now that's news to me. Yeah. On the other side, the URG 2.0 latex, to hold it a little bit more together, it does stick a lot easier. A lot better, which is questionable. It still falls off, but the sticking is actually better on the URG 2.0. We'll check this one more time. URG 2.0. No magic happening here. There's nothing happening here. It's sticking. Falls off. Alright. URG 1.0. These are the hybrid promos. Sticking, putting it together, squeezing it, putting all my power. I mean, interesting, very interesting. What's the deal? What's going on?
So we've got a head scratcher here. Even now that the gloves have both been sent in pre-wrapping, it seems like the new embossed style of the latex is not very tacky at all, especially when we compare the older Adidas models that we have that could hold up a ball by themselves, with the URG 2.0 latex on the negative cut models actually outperforming the 1.0 high-end Pro model in the sticky latex test. And here you can really see that there is a huge difference in quality of the stickiness. But this might not be the worst thing ever, especially since back then the gloves were known to be sticky for just 2 matches, and then it would lose its durability and quality. So while these gloves might not be as sticky, I think Adidas might have actually improved on the latex by focusing on a good performing latex that lasts longer than their previous attempts. But I do have to say that the fit in the fingers of the new Predator model is a bit fat and wide, which is an effect I've noticed happen a lot with strapless negative cut gloves. The fingers end up looking and feeling very pancakey, which is not a feeling I particularly enjoy, especially on a negative cut glove. And this is why the hybrid roll model has always been a much better feeling and fitting pair in my opinion. So let's take a closer look at this bad boy and talk about the features and how it feels on your hands and what makes it, in my eyes, the much better version of the Predator models. And if you have used the Hybrid Pro model, you know the need to push the glove down onto your fingers and the super comfortable feeling of having your fingers capped in latex that snugly fits your hand. It fits it a lot better than the pancake style negative cut on the Adidas Predator Pro. The palms are embossed with a URG 1.0 latex that might not be insanely sticky, but they do a hell of a great job of getting amazing holds. At least out of the bag, they were superb in dealing with every shot until they got extra muddy. Once they got super muddy, we had to give them an extra wash.
All right, so we just actually went and washed these gloves. We wanted to see if maybe a wash would make the grip come out. So these are the URG 1.0s. Is grip there? No. No, one more. Hey. No grip. URG 2.0. Same thing. So after the wash, the gloves look nice and new, but there's still no grip.
So you did see it there. Even with a wash in between the review, this latex didn't really wake up with a wash. Sure, they won't do any parlor tricks like stick to the crossbar or easily do one-handed holds. It's not very necessary, and the performance easily makes it a top-of-the-line glove used by pros already in the top leagues. When we look at the glove overall, there's a wrapped thumb, there's wrapped across the fingers. It is a great fitting and an amazing feeling glove. It's the best strapless glove that Adidas has made. For sure, there is no competition in between that. I love these gloves when it comes down to the cut and fit, and with these upgrades of the new backhand and this deeper down cut, I just absolutely love the hybrid roll model. And really, the URG 1.0 model having not much of the grip doesn't make much of a change. It's still very good at holding the ball. You can still do one-handed holds, you can still control the ball extremely well, but if you're in mud, you're gonna have a lot of problems. This glove is not good when it comes down to muddy situations. And I've got to hand it to Adidas. Performance-wise, these Predator Pros are hands down the best strapless Predator Adidas has ever made. It really only took them about 4 years, but there is an obvious focus on the features that work and improving the glove fit and feel as well as the durability. There were absolutely no shots I felt like the gloves were too flimsy to deal with, and even though I would have loved to have an elastic strap or some stickier latex on these, it wasn't really something that you thought about once the shots started coming in, especially with the fit on the hybrid roll that makes the hands feel extremely strong and padded when dealing with any and every shot. So let's take a look at our gloves after about 1 month of use, primarily on grass fields during our wet and muddy German winter. Overall, you're not going to see many tears because the weather makes the ground a lot softer, especially on our grass fields, which turn into mud pits rather quickly. But I did notice, looking closely, that it does seem that the latex is susceptible to drying out quickly, which will result in the latex beginning to crack and flake off. This is typical with Adidas latex, but overall the URG 2.0 durability wise is having a very good showing, and one that might hint that Adidas does care about improving the durability life of their gloves. And that's a great takeaway for most keepers: less flashy grip for more durability and longer time using the gloves. And when we take a closer look at our URG 1.0 models, you can see that the tearing is much more pronounced across the fingers. Probably because the cut style, but comparing this with an older URG 1.0 is night and day. When it comes down to durability, even the last strapless URG 1.0 looked like it was absolutely shredded after one match. And now, to be honest, both of these gloves could probably last you half a season longer depending on your diving technique and how often you wash them. And when we look at the rest of the glove, the workmanship on the stitching, it's very high quality, and there really isn't much to whine about other than maybe price and my old grumpiness in wanting there to be a strapped version of this glove, but Adidas can't make everyone happy. And at the price of about $115 to $130 US, the new Adidas Predator Pros are the strapless glove to get and beat. There doesn't seem to be much of a difference between the 1.0 and 2.0 latex, but the hybrid model feels a lot nicer than the negative cut, and it's the model that I would recommend to every single keeper that's looking at a strapless model. As long as you got that hybrid model, as long as you got that rolled thumb, this is one of the best strapless gloves you can get, and you will not be let down. So yeah, that's it for our review on the all-new Adidas Predator range. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And leave us a comment or two to make that algorithm happy. Also, if you want to join our Discord, the largest and longest running GK Discord, for all the updates and flung glove giveaways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys very soon. Join the Discord, join all the stuff. Thank you guys. I love you. See you guys soon.